All right, picture this. You're getting ready for a Leicester City versus Crystal Palace watch party.
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Friends are coming over, snacks are ready.
Definitely.
But are you ready to drop some serious football knowledge?
I love it.
That's where this deep dive comes in.
Okay.
We've got a stack of recent match reports and a whole bunch of betting stats.
All right, let's see it.
So we can make sure you are the most informed fan in the room.
Love that idea.
It's going to be fascinating because we've got Leicester City. They are battling it out to stay out of the relegation zone.
Oh, yeah.
While Crystal Palace is just flying high right now.
They really are.
Huge difference in form and where they are in the league.
Right.
So can the Foxes hold their ground at King Power Stadium, or will the Eagles snatch another victory?
That is the question, isn't it?
It is. So let's start by talking about Leicester's recent form.
Okay.
Which, well, it hasn't been pretty.
No.
5 straight losses in the Premier League, and most of them weren't even close. It seems like multiple goal defeats are just the norm these days for them.
I mean, it is concerning, but there might be a little glimmer of hope.
Oh, yeah.
If we look closely at their last match, the 2-1 loss to Aston Villa.
Okay.
It wasn't a win, but they showed some fight.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
A performance they can hopefully build on.
Right. A small victory in a sea of defeats.
Exactly.
But the question is, can they turn things around offensively?
Yeah.
They've got the lowest shot attempts in the entire league.
Wow.
Which, you know, is hardly a recipe for goals.
No, it's not. And you're right. Their attacking struggles go beyond just taking shots.
Okay.
They're just not creating enough quality chances.
Right.
Their passing in the final third is lacking precision, and their movement off the ball is predictable.
So it's more than just one thing.
It's definitely multiple factors at play.
They really need to find a way to unlock that attacking potential.
Absolutely.
Okay, so things are looking a bit grim for the Foxes.
A little bit. But maybe, just maybe, playing at home will give them a boost.
Yeah.
You know, they've earned most of their points, 9 out of 14 to be exact,
At home.
at King Power Stadium this season.
True home advantage is always a factor. We've got to remember that.
Right.
But let's not forget, Crystal Palace has been so strong on the road lately.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Their away form is one of their biggest strengths right now.
And speaking of Crystal Palace's strengths, they're on fire with 5 away league games unbeaten.
I know. It's quite a streak.
Yeah, that's a serious streak.
It is. And if they get another positive result in this match,
Yeah.
they'll equal their all-time best streak.
It's been almost 30 years since they've done that.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it really speaks volumes about their resilience and their ability to adapt.
For sure.
But here's a fascinating twist. Leicester hasn't lost at home to Crystal Palace since February 2019.
Wow, that's interesting.
So you gotta wonder, will that history, will it play a role, even if it's just psychological?
Right.
I don't know, but it certainly adds another layer of intrigue to this match.
For sure.
Leicester has been historically dominant against Crystal Palace at King Power Stadium.
Right.
But can they overcome their current form slump
Right.
to maintain that edge?
That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
So before we get into, the tactics and the deeper analysis,
Sure.
let's talk about some of the key players to watch.
Sure.
For Leicester, Jordan Ayew.
Okay.
He's a player that can change the game in an instant.
How so?
He's got this knack for scoring late goals.
Really?
3 out of his 4 goals this season have come after the 90th minute.
Wow. He's a clutch player.
So could we see some last-minute drama?
Potentially, yeah.
Crystal Palace, on the other hand, has Jean-Philippe Mateta,
Okay.
who just loves scoring against Leicester.
Does he?
Remember their last encounter? He bagged 2 goals.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So a potential goal-scoring duel.
Sounds exciting.
It really does sound like we could be in for some serious drama.
I hope so.
Now let's dive into those juicy betting stats we mentioned.
All right.
These can sometimes give us a sneak peek into what the experts are predicting.
What did they say?
Well, one thing that jumps out is that both teams have scored in their last 2 matches against each other.
Interesting.
So that could point to an open, high-scoring game.
Could be. Lots of goals always makes for an exciting match.
It really does.
But I'll give you a counterpoint.
Okay.
Crystal Palace's recent away games have actually been low-scoring affairs.
Interesting.
So their recent away wins have been built on solid defense and a more tactical approach.
So we've got a little bit of a clash of trends here.
Yeah, we do.
Which one will prevail?
It's tough to say, but there's another factor.
Okay.
Both teams are coming off wins in the FA Cup.
Right.
Leicester crushed it with a 6-2 victory over QPR.
Wow.
And Crystal Palace had a hard-fought 1-0 win against Stockport.
So do you think those wins will translate into a morale boost in this Premier League clash?
They certainly could. Momentum and confidence play a big role in football,
Absolutely.
It's just one more layer of complexity that makes this match so compelling.
Oh, so we've covered a lot of ground already.
Mhm.
Leicester struggles,
Yeah.
Crystal Palace's strengths,
Hmm.
key players, and even some betting trends.
We have.
But this is just the beginning of our deep dive.
Exactly. We've set the stage. Now it's time to delve into those tactical nuances
I like it.
that could determine the outcome of this fascinating clash.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we've set the stage, talked about those key players, and even dipped our toes into the betting world.
Great.
But now it's time to get tactical.
Let's do it.
What are some of the key strategies that could decide this match?
Well, for Leicester, it all comes down to one question.
Okay.
How can they break down Crystal Palace's defense
Right.
and reignite their attack?
Okay.
Remember those low shot attempts we talked about?
Yeah.
That points to a deeper issue, a lack of creativity,
Yep.
penetration in the final third.
Right. They need more than just shots. They need quality chances.
Exactly.
So what tactical tweaks could they make?
Well, they could try a more direct approach.
Okay.
Focus on those quick transitions and really exploit the pace of players like Harvey Barnes.
Okay.
They might also try overloading the flanks, using their fullbacks to create overloads and deliver crosses into the box.
So more aggressive, more verticality in their play.
Yeah, exactly.
But wouldn't that leave them vulnerable to Crystal Palace's counterattack?
It could.
Especially with players like Wilfried Zaha and Ebereki Eze who can just punish teams in transition?
Right. Well, that's the tactical tightrope they need to walk. It's finding that balance between calculated risk and defensive stability.
They can't afford to go all-out attack and leave themselves exposed.
No, definitely not.
Makes sense. So what about Crystal Palace? What kind of tactical blueprint do you see them using?
I think they'll stick with what's been working.
Okay.
A disciplined defensive structure, absorb the pressure, and then hit Leicester on the break.
Yeah.
They've got the pace and the individual brilliance to really hurt Leicester.
Right.
Especially if the Foxes commit too many players forward.
That classic counter-attacking strategy.
Right.
But their recent away games have actually been quite low scoring.
Yeah.
Doesn't that suggest a more cautious approach?
Yes and no. They've shown that they can adapt.
Okay.
Based on, the opponent, the situation.
Okay.
They're not just a one-dimensional counterattacking team.
Right.
They can control the tempo of the game.
Okay.
And be patient in possession when they need to be.
So this is where that midfield battle, I think, becomes really intriguing.
Oh, absolutely.
Leicester has those creative playmakers,
Yeah.
Yuri Tielemans and James Maddison,
Yes.
while Crystal Palace boasts a more defensively solid midfield,
Yeah.
Cheku Kouyaté and Jeffrey Schlupp.
Right.
So will Leicester's creativity prevail, or will Crystal Palace's solidity and work ethic just stifle the Fox's playmaking abilities?
Well, that's a great question. It's going to be fun to watch that battle unfold.
It's almost like a clash of personalities in the midfield.
Yeah, it is.
And let's not forget about that psychological dimension of this match.
No, of course not.
Leicester are desperate to break that losing streak,
Right.
while Crystal Palace are riding high on confidence.
Absolutely.
How much of a factor do you think these mental states will be?
Oh, psychological factors are crucial in football.
Yeah.
Especially in a situation like this.
Right.
Leicester's players might feel the pressure of that losing streak,
Right.
which could lead to hesitant decision-making
Yeah.
and a lack of confidence in front of goal.
And I imagine the weight of expectations from their passionate fans
Oh, yeah.
could add to that pressure.
Absolutely. The home crowd can be a double-edged sword.
For sure.
If Leicester the crowd can be a huge boost.
Right.
But if things start to go wrong, that pressure can intensify very, very quickly.
And on the flip side, Crystal Palace will be brimming with confidence, fueled by that unbeaten run. They'll be coming into King Power Stadium believing that they can get a result.
Confidence is contagious.
It is.
When a team's on a roll like that, they start to believe they're invincible.
Right.
And that belief translates into better performances.
So it seems like we've got this fascinating mix of tactical and psychological factors
It really is fascinating.
just swirling around this match.
Yeah.
But let's zoom out for a moment and talk about the bigger picture.
Okay.
What are the implications of this match for both teams
Right.
in the grand scheme of the Premier League season?
Well, for Leicester, it's a must-win game.
Okay.
If they want to climb out of that relegation zone,
Right.
every point is crucial at this stage.
Yeah.
A win could give them a boost in morale and momentum.
And a loss.
A loss could be devastating.
Yeah.
Push them further down the table, closer to that relegation abyss.
Right, and then the pressure would be immense.
Oh,
The
yeah.
task of staying in the Premier League would become even more challenging.
Absolutely.
And what about Crystal Palace? Where do they stand?
A win would solidify their position in the top half of the table
Okay.
and potentially even push them closer to a European spot.
Wow.
It'd be a testament to their progress under Patrick Vieira.
So a lot is riding on this match for both sides.
There is.
Leicester's fighting for survival.
Yep.
Crystal Palace are dreaming of European glory.
It's a true clash of narratives, and that's what makes it so compelling.
Yeah.
You've got two teams with different ambitions, different aspirations,
Right.
both battling for a result that could have a significant impact on the rest of their season.
We've delved into the tactics, the psychology, the broader implications for both teams.
I think we have.
It's clear that this match is more than just a game.
It's a microcosm of the drama, the tension, the unpredictable beauty of the Premier League.
So with all of this in mind, what's the one thing you're most eager to see play out on the pitch? What's the key element that could ultimately tip the scales?
For me, it all comes back to Leicester's attack. Can they find a way to break through Crystal Palace's well-organized defense?
Right.
Can they rediscover that attacking spark, create those much-needed quality chances?
That's the question that'll be answered on the pitch. Will their attacking woes continue, or will they find inspiration against a Crystal Palace team that's been defensively sound, especially on the road?
We've laid out the pieces, we've analyzed the trends, we've explored the possibilities.
Yep.
Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the match.
I'm ready for kickoff. But before we go,
Yeah,
we want to hear from you.
of course.
Who do you think will win this clash and why?
Share your predictions, share your reasoning.
We've given you a lot to think about.
We have.
Now it's up to you to make your own informed prediction.
Enjoy the match.
Wow. We've covered so much in this deep dive, analyzing Leicester's struggles,
Yeah.
highlighting Crystal Palace's impressive form.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked tactics, we've talked psychology, we've even looked at the bigger implications of this match.
Right for both teams.
I think we've equipped you with the knowledge and the insights to really impress your friends at that watch party
Oh, absolutely.
you're going to be hosting.
I hope so.
But as we both know, football's a game full of surprises.
Oh, it is.
No matter how much we analyze and dissect,
Right.
there's always that element of unpredictability
Always.
that keeps us on the edge of our seats.
That's what makes it so captivating.
Yeah, you can talk about formations and trends and historical data,
Right.
but ultimately it's the players on the pitch
Yeah.
that decide the outcome.
And sometimes it's a moment of individual brilliance, a stunning goal,
Oh, for sure.
a last-minute save that completely changes the narrative of a match.
And those are the moments that make football such a passionate,
Yeah.
emotional, and unforgettable sport.
Couldn't agree more.
So as we approach kickoff,
Yeah.
what's the one thing,
Yeah.
the one big question that you'll be watching closely? What's that key element that could swing the momentum?
For me, it all comes down to Leicester's mentality. Will they be able to overcome the weight of their recent struggles and play with the freedom and confidence they need to unlock their attacking potential?
It's a great point. We've talked a lot about their tactical adjustments, but
Right.
it's their mindset,
It is.
their belief
Yeah.
that will determine whether they can rise to the occasion.
Will they let the pressure cripple them, or will they use it as fuel
Right.
to fight back and prove their doubters wrong?
It's almost like a psychological battle,
It is.
as much as a physical one.
Absolutely.
We've given you all the tools, the insights
Right.
to analyze the match,
Yep.
but now it's time for you to watch, to observe,
Mm-hmm.
to see how these mental and tactical battles unfold in real time.
Enjoy the match, and as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts, your reactions afterwards.
Yeah.
Let us know what surprised you, what impressed you,
Yeah.
what you learned from watching this clash.
Football is a game of stories,
It is.
and this match is sure to add another chapter to the rich history of the Premier League.
Absolutely.
Soak it all in.